It's time now to get into your final sports bulletin for this Friday morning. Now, since its launch to sell out crowds in Sharjah in 2017, the rise of the T10 League, the world's first international T10 franchise league, has been exponential. Sanctioned by the ICC and licensed for 10 years by the Emirates Cricket Board, each year the league's duration, teams, international stars, broadcasters and fan base has increased. This morning we are joined via Zoom by the brainchild of the league, businessman Shaji. Mulk. Shaji, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports on Morning Live.
Good morning to you.
Shaji, so my first question for you is, other than just us as people that watch cricket picking up T10 versus T20, what else is it that makes the T10 League unique?
I think, as you can understand from the fact, T10 is a 10 overs per innings format. It's literally, you can imagine that T10 is two power plays of the T20, the first 5 overs and the last 10 overs. So because of the short duration of the game, it's only 90 minutes. So the entire team gets to play only 10 overs. So the action is pretty exciting and fast. You have an action from ball one. We play with all the regular rules of a T20. So you can see it's very normal to see a six of the first ball or a wicket going down the first ball, basically.
And that's very interesting. Now, we mentioned in my intro that you were the brainchild of this concept. How did this all come about? Was Shaji just sitting one day and said, I don't want to spend as much time as I'd spend at a cricket ground for a T20. Let me make it a bit shorter.
Not really. I think it did come around when me and my son were watching a World Cup football game. And what I saw in that game was, the intensity of the fan engagement in the game of football and the emotions you go through in a very short span of time. So then we realized this is all because of the short attention span a viewer is looking at. So the question, came up, so why can't cricket be 90 minutes? And so that's the inspiration. The football was the inspiration for T10 to evolve into a 90 minutes game, basically.
So we basically have 90 minutes, 10 overs of cricketainment. And you say it's the fastest growing cricket league in the world. Talk us through this and just speak us through some of those numbers over the years in which you've had the T10 League.
Yeah, I think when we launched the league, it was in 2017 in Sharjah, it's more of a proof of concept. So we signed about 50 top international cricketers of the world, and we're lucky to get the broadcasting all over the world in top channels. And then I think because of 4 days and proof of concept, we had about 2.5 million viewers in year one. But then the league was such a big hit. I remember the day, it was a Sunday, and in those days, Sunday is a working day for us. And it was raining a bit as well. But then to a surprise, the stadium was not even, not only sold out, but we had almost about 10,000 people on the street, jamming the streets, and the paramilitary had to come in. And so it was a law and order issue, but a good one to have. So that gave us an encouragement to go bigger. So next year we went full-fledged. We added a team. We did it with 10 teams. And our viewership went up from 2.5 million to 100 million the next year. So I think from there, it's been a vertical growth. It followed up by the Abu Dhabi government adopting the league. So we were given a host city agreement, and the league was renamed behind the Abu Dhabi government as Abu Dhabi T10. And we've given all sorts of financial support and material support, basically. So from there, now we can safely say it's one of the top 3 viewed leagues in the world. We hit something around 500 million in viewership in combination of television broadcasts, social media and all that. So yes, the league has expanded exponentially. And now we felt that it's time to go global. So we've gone now into 5 more leagues this year, basically.
Speak to me a little bit more about that as I start to wrap up with you, Shaji, because we know that you're coming to Southern Africa, a neighboring country, Zimbabwe, you're going to be here. What is the rundown of the teams and the countries?
Yeah, I think the next leg for us, part of our global circuit, is the Zim Afro T10, which is an African league, basically. The Zimbabwe Cricket Board is the licensing authority for us. This year, at the start, we will be doing games in Harare only, but next year we hope to play in South Africa as well. And the way the league is designed is behind the African cities. We've got Harare, we've got Bulawayo, we've got, I think there's an option of a Lagos team of Nigeria. Now from South Africa, we've got Cape Town, we've got Durban, Joburg. So that's how the whole league is designed, as an African league, basically.
It sounds absolutely so interesting. One of these days, I'd love to come through and watch one of the encounters. But Shaji, thank you so much for your time this morning. Have a blessed weekend.
Thank you. Thank you for taking me on.
Bright ideas come in the most interesting ways, from a football match out into the T10. That's what you have now with the brainchild of the T10. That's Shaji Mulk.